What's going on, guys? This is Future Gunnm, and while I was editing this video, I kind of happened to notice something that was wrong. Uh, I kind of fucked up with the audio mixing here just a little bit. So I come in extremely loud for some reason, and yeah, it makes it hard to hear really anyone. I really do apologize about that. Especially since we had a guest, I apologize to our guest as well, because I'm sure he'll be watching this. And unfortunately, I fucked this shit up pretty hardcore. I'll try to do better in the future. I know we have a little bit of a track record of this, but you know, you learn and you grow, live and you learn, all that good stuff. I know this is unfortunately like the fourth time, but yeah, I've definitely learned my lesson. Next time, I'll be sure to just slow down before we just instead of just going straight into it when we go and record this thing next time. And I'm sure I'm gonna get some shit about this from the Ugly Game Squad, so yeah, that's gonna be great. Especially from two people in particular. So I do have a message for these two individuals. They know who they are. Before they say anything, suck my dick. Anyways, let's get back into it. And yeah, once again, I do apologize for the quality of this one. It's totally my bad.
Welcome back to the Dap It Up podcast, the place for geeks of all creeds. I'm Dray the Spectre.
And this is Gunnm.
I'm Beat.
And I'm the Game Fiend.
And this week, we got our Game Boys.
Yeah, boy.
Hey.
The latest news. Yeah. We gonna cover the latest news on Redfall and the record-breaking Mario movie. Then a bit later, we'll give our thoughts on handhelds. But before all that, what's up with you, Gunnm?
Not too much. Haven't been feeling too well thanks to spring just deciding to just happen all of a sudden. Like weather just flip flops, like just immediately. So my body hasn't been agreeing with it. So haven't been feeling the greatest past 2 days. And of course it happens right as season 4 starts with Life Weaver. Like I couldn't even finish that stream. I was like, man, I gotta just sleep. So unfortunately, there's that, but and then there's also this last part for my computer, taking forever to come in. So of course Amazon fucking up my shit. So so there's that too. So gotta make me a nice little call to customer service. So other than that, good week. For what it's worth.
You can tell by now, Gunnm is the Karen of the group.
How am I a Karen?
Of the group.
Hold the phone.
Let's not get in it. That could be topic of the week next week.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
All right, what's up with you, Beat?
Not a whole lot. I've got a pretty busy day. I'm preparing for a presentation for my class tomorrow. But outside of that, business as usual. Allergies suck. The weather change has sucked for almost everyone who has any kind of allergy or anything. The one thing I hate about this time of the year is bugs coming back. It's like the one perk you get from winter is that bugs just ain't really a thing. Then you see flies everywhere. You do. You forget. Like, oh, bugs are a thing that exists in the world. A fly? Like, get the hell out of here.
A fly, bro. Yesterday I seen a pill bug. I was like, oh my god.
Zoinks! Alright, great. Well, that's pretty much it for me.
What about you, Game Fiend?
Just honestly enjoying fatherhood. Trying to garden a little bit. When I can, and working at the same time. You know, and I was like, no, let me try to get up on this podcast and see what y'all doing.
Yeah,
Great to
happy
have
to
you.
have you. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Far as me, I'm enjoying this weather. I mean, at least one of us is. I was sick already, so now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
That's great.
one with the elements.
Like a year. You already
Yeah,
dealt with it.
yeah. Just this morning, I had to hurry up and record an outdoor video because I got the Slim by Summer series on my channel. So I'm trying to do a lot more outdoor workout videos, and that's been a bit of an adjustment. But I mean, nice size
That's what's up.
backyard for it. So,
That's
yep,
what's up.
yep, yep. All right, so the games, man, out this week, April 12th, we had Caliber, Ghostwire Tokyo for Xbox Series X. I thought that was out already.
Not for
Yeah.
It was out on
X.
PlayStation. It was out on PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
It was a
Okay, that makes
PlayStation
sense.
limited exclusive.
Right, you're right.
Mm,
Have any of y'all
And
played that?
I
not
played it on
yet.
PlayStation.
I
mm.
How is
haven't.
it?
It's It's very meh. Very mid.
All right, let's roll through the rest of these.
Yeah.
Murderous Muses, Rusted Moss, and Wild Frost. On April 13th, we had Cannon Dancer, Dogfight, A Night in the Attic, Hunt the Night, Kill It with Fire, Shard Punk Verminfall, Total War, Warhammer 3,
Oh,
Forge of the Chaos Dwarves DLC, Trinity Fusion, Voodals, and oh, that's today, April 13th, huh? So tomorrow we got D Exit, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection.
that's that's a good one.
Yeah, and Ultra Pixel Survive. So, y'all got anything to say about this list?
I do
have
actually.
Only
enjoyed
one
both
of
of
them.
them.
Only
What you
two of
just
those
said.
games, yeah, only two of those games sounded real to me. The rest of them, you look like
Yeah,
you
that's what
got
it
a
sound
game
like.
Yeah.
generator and was like, let me just click the button a couple times and write
Sound
these
like they just
down.
got a random name generator for half the
Right.
games. Like, oh, that looks
Every
looking.
week. Every week, man. And no disrespect to the developers. It's
Nah,
just,
No
you know,
disrespect. No disrespect to.
it, it's like Shard Punk Verminfall. What?
what?
I never heard of that one.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I may not get that right away, but that's definitely on
Same.
the list. That's
Yep.
a high priority title for me.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember playing that a long time ago. I was like, this is Mega Man? Like, this is weird, but something oddly, like, addictive about it.
It was. It really
Yep.
was.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
was
a
just on the handheld.
action. Yeah, it's like a real time Pokemon Mega Man. You know.
Mm.
So we gonna get right into the news, man. Beat, you wanted to talk about Redfall. So what you got on that?
Okay, so this week in Redfall news, since Redfall's coming out in May, you can see that they're starting to get the whole pre-release, pre-launch, media marketing thing going, and they decided to start with IGN first. Those guys who are known for great, excellent coverage, or not, because it was terrible. It looked like I think it was best described as like when you hand your little brother the controller and say go to work.
Yeah.
Like
One of
That
the
don't
greatest.
count. That don't count. Game Fiend is my older brother, by the way, so
Yeah.
that don't count for him. It's
Remember
not
we
the
used to do
same.
that?
I don't know, you got this. I mean, the strategies they were using were decent, but it was clear they didn't know the controls. They didn't even try to pretend to know. They were missing like every shot. They landed like a quarter of their shots, but it was just pitiful. I'm like, you're gonna do premiere footage for a game that's highly anticipated, a game that Xbox clears some money into. You probably need to make sure you have somebody who knows how to use a controller. Like, I know that's not me. I don't use controllers anymore. So if you were to set me up in the same situation, I'll be looking as about as good or worse. But with that said, you know, we had a lot of people's negative reactions to that. But which is interesting because all the preview coverage, like as far as journalist writings and articles, have all been very positive about the game, have all praised it. So it's going to be an interesting one to see. Maybe we've seen some better footage that other people have taken that had the opportunity to go hands on with it. I personally am excited. I know that Arcane has made some fantastic games. They're really good at blending the use of powers and guns, and apparently this is the best gunplay that Arcane has ever produced, which is, you know, that's saying a little something. I mean, it's not like Dishonored was terrible.
They need to just stop giving IGN first dibs.
Stop giving IGN anything, man. I hate to say this, but this is not a new problem. I've many a times went on IGN, clicked to see some gameplay footage that they've recorded, and they look like, you know, a baby boomer trying to play a video game for the first time. It is sad. Like, I think there was an infamous example where they played Cuphead and they couldn't beat the tutorial. And somebody sync cut it, the tutorial of them playing in a pigeon that they trained to play the game, and the pigeon beat it faster than they did.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It's funny because when I do get on IGN, which is not often, the first thing they talk about is usually movies or something. I don't really usually see games first. I see the
Like
last thing is
those,
TV show.
it's like those journalists they hire. They don't even. I feel like most of them don't even really play games for real. They're just journalists.
It seems like you'd have a resident pro gamer for just that situation.
Wouldn't
You know, the guy who can just pick up a game like and is savant level good at it within minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least passable.
Right. Yeah. Priorities though.
Yeah.
So how about the Super Mario movie breaking records?
That's amazing.
Yeah. So Super Mario movies has broken a lot of records, lots of records. So it's had the
That's
best
a far
open.
cry from the original Super Mario movie.
Oh man,
Yeah,
hey
we'll
man,
talk about that.
no kidding.
I kind of actually want to watch it again just to
I
see.
ain't gonna lie, yeah, I'd like to see
Maybe
that again too.
we could do a watch party or
Yeah.
something.
Watch, I was gonna say have fun.
Be right, right. What the?
I'm sure it's so bad it's good, bro. I'm sure it is. It has to be.
I'm
This
just,
is good.
Right.
but
Okay, so just how good is Mario Gunnm?
well, it's had the biggest opening of any movie this year for one. So it's had the best opening for any animated movie of all time. And it was the obviously with all that having been said, had the best opening of any movie that came out this weekend. So
Wow.
Okay.
I want to
Nice,
go.
nice.
I want to see it. I don't know if I'm going to go to the movies to see it, but I actually do want to see it.
mm,
Yeah, my
Good for
girlfriend
them.
just went with her sister and she loved it. So
Did
I
she?
mean, yeah, she did. She really enjoyed it. I really we still need to see it. We had some wrinkles
unfortunate,
in our
Planning
plan.
to.
unfortunately, I got called into work, so we couldn't see it that opening weekend. So
I hate to see it.
yeah,
Maybe this weekend. We'll see.
Well, in other Nintendo news, we had a Tears of the Kingdom trailer that I didn't realize was happening today.
Me neither.
So,
You saw that?
so I didn't either till I looked on YouTube right as we were recording this, and I was like, "Wait, they're live with what?"
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, you guys want to react to this?" I'm like, "Wait, what?"
What are we reacting to? What's going on?
was so sudden.
So yeah, so their third trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, and you saw way more with this trailer. You like they did not pull any punches. There's a lot of cool shit in this one. A lot of cool stuff. You saw Ganon actually. Like you saw Zelda do some cool stuff. Like there was like this one little scene where they had like Link like charging at somebody on this vehicle that I would assume that you made like against some other monsters in the game. Like that was a crazy trailer. It was a crazy trailer. You see new monsters, like man, this game's gonna go stupid. It's gonna go stupid. It is man, I'm thoroughly
Between
convinced. That's a day one.
what you described,
Perplexed.
That's a
I'm
day one.
convinced, bro. I mean, the last video I saw was pretty good. For you to be saying like they really weren't pulling any punches, like I gotta see this trailer. I'm already getting the game. I'm excited for it.
Hmm.
Same.
It's funny because I actually just started again playing Breath of the Wild and trying to get through that, and I'm playing it like, wow, this is a great game. Like to start with Zelda because I'm not a Zelda guy, but to start, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So I know I'm definitely interested in the next Zelda for sure.
Mm,
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah, I mean, I've gone on record as saying I don't know what they could possibly do with that game, but
They
lo
gonna
and
do it.
behold,
they
yeah,
I
exactly.
was man,
Figured it out.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Okay,
He had
what
all
about
kinds
that
of fusion
Nintendo
weapons.
Live?
But yeah, so the Nintendo Live. So the E3 killer by Nintendo. So they're gonna
Not
have
Jeff Keighley.
not Jeff Keighley. so so apparently this Nintendo Live thing, they usually do this in Japan, but they're bringing it to America this time. So it's going to be in Seattle in September. They haven't set like a definitive date, which is weird to me. Like you would think they'd have a definitive date, but so it seems like it's kind of like a Nintendo Con kind of like a thing. So they're gonna have live performances, uh, video game tournaments, probably some Pokemon tournaments, like just little like multiple events like within the event itself. So it seems like they got a lot planned for it. So it'll be interesting. But like I said, it seems like a Nintendo fan convention for the fans. So yeah,
I'm sure we'll be
I
seeing a lot more of this, man.
I don't know if I'm interested enough to go, but yeah,
For me, it would depend on where it was. I think it would be good
it's
for somebody from the channel to
it's in Seattle.
go if we could save up. It's Seattle. Okay,
Seattle,
Hmm.
road trip.
Yeah,
all the way
That
to
is the
Seattle.
other side to the demise of E3. See, E3 was just one centralized thing that we could potentially plan for. Now it's like, oh, let's go to Seattle, let's go to Vegas, oh, let's go here. So,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I'd be interested in going to. I mean, as much guff as we give Nintendo on this podcast, I'd consider myself a fan of their IP.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not. It's like you love them and you hate them. It's like I appreciate the Switch and so much, but I don't have a large library of games on it. It's like I don't know how they still do it. They keep me invested in them, and they don't even do anything.
well,
Really don't.
it's the power of the properties, man.
Yeah,
Like, cause that's my Metroid, Mario, Pokemon machine. That's Greg's Fire Emblem Zelda machine. You can say the same about Sony. You definitely can't say it as much about Xbox, but I think Nintendo is like the peak of that pyramid there.
They just have legacy franchises that just keep people invested, kind of like Disney.
yeah,
So,
I
now,
like they're the video game equivalent to Disney, but
Mm-hmm.
truly.
so yeah, but the
imagine
video.
imagine if Disney bought out Nintendo.
Hey, stop. We ain't gonna do that.
So what you want? You want Disney to
Nah,
ruin
'cause
Nintendo too?
I mean,
What else you want them to
just
ruin?
fight, just off principle. Like, no, I'm not.
Nah.
I just give up on life. Gunna,
Pick up a
Gunna,
game
what?
with a Disney logo on it. Like,
I'm saying that's trippy. The Mickey Mouse ears in the
yeah,
corner of the game.
throw it, man.
So what you playing, Gunna?
Let's see, what am I playing? So I wish it was more Overwatch, but I've been sick. Season 4 just came out. Life Weaver as well, so I've been playing him a lot. He's fun. He's really fun. That's definitely a high skill ceiling hero. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. Um, Still playing through Octopath as usual. Uh,
How?
I mean, been trying to put in time here and there,
Okay.
but
For
yeah.
reference, last week he said he was 50 hours in
Yeah.
and barely
And
finished it. So
I feel like I'm barely halfway through, which is crazy. There's just so much more content they put into that game compared to the last one. It's crazy. But aside from that, what's the other? Oh yeah, Resident Evil, of course. Should have finished it by now,
I
but
heard you mentally shift it to the back burner. You were just like,
no. It's. I just wish I've been putting more time into it, but I haven't. Cause I'm in.
what happened?
Cause I'm trying to
Now you got
stream
to
it.
the church, didn't you? You know, you got to the church and was like, no. You turned the game on.
Cause I'm trying to stream the whole thing. I might just play it in the background. Cause I've been spending too much time on it. I'm trying to just be done.
His
So,
streams be hilarious, man.
I gotta miss him.
Get back to that one.
well, I'm gonna be streaming tonight after work, so y'all can catch me then.
Yeah, get me. Try
Perfect.
if you can, like if you get me your stream schedule, it'd be great.
I
Just
don't,
so I can
I
start
don't have
playing less
one,
of it. You don't
unfortunately.
have one.
I don't have one
Yeah,
because of
I
my
got you.
job.
I got you. I got you.
Fortunately, I
What
don't
you
have one.
playing, Beat?
Okay, so I did kind of put Resident Evil 4 on the back burner, not because I don't love it, because I just you ever have one of those feelings, just like I need to play a certain type of game right now. I just need
Oh yeah.
I'm just stuck on it. So for me, after playing the Diablo 4 beta last month, I've just been on an ARPG kick. So I've just been trying to find something to fill the void that Diablo 4 left in my heart. So I've played Lost Ark, I've played Path of Exile, and having played Lost Ark, I really realized how in it with Blizzard's wheelhouse it is to just rob a nigga blind. They will just take every concept you have in your game that works, and they'll be like, "This is great, your invention, my invention," and they polish it, they
Right in your head.
streamline it, and they
Right.
make a better version of your idea than you had. And
Damn.
that I couldn't shake that feeling playing Lost Ark again after playing Diablo 4. Like they literally ripped John niggas. Oh, they did not care. These men do not care. They will just take your shit. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. I did finally get Ashley in RE4. I did play that not too long ago. So now I've got my
Okay.
little now I'm in babysitter Leon mode as I
I'm
witness
pretty,
this
I'm pretty sure I'm just about there, so I don't think we're too far from each other.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm
But
definitely ahead of both of you.
no, I know. I'm sure you are. I know you
Probably.
picked up Disco Elysium, but
Yeah,
yeah, I've been
I'm
having a good week.
surprised. That's good. I'm surprised that I'm where I am, but before I get into that, let's Game Fiend. What you been playing?
On each system, on the five, I've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda. On the Xbox, I've been playing Dragon Age. And when I do play the Switch, I be playing. I've been playing Zelda, trying to get into that because our niece is like the Zelda master, so I'm trying to catch up to her. You know what I'm saying? Then I've been trying to get back into Pokemon. I just started yesterday. I'm like, I gotta be battle ready. So let me try to get into that. And then sometimes I play Donkey Kong, Tropical Freeze, and I've been playing what else? Oh, like I said, Zelda. So each system gets
Busy.
some of my time. Yeah, I usually play the
Yeah.
Switch when I'm at my other place of employment, so you know, on break or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I picked up 2 new ones this past week. So I'm playing Street Fighter 5.
Oh, really? Huh.
100% Cammy. I haven't touched another character. I'm trying to be a Cammy expert before 6 comes out. And I've been playing Disco Elysium. So
Okay, now
this
I
is
gotta
like
play Street Fighter.
That game
always
is
trying to
hardcore.
yeah, that's my rival over there. You know what I mean? He's like, "Oh, you playing Street Fighter? I gotta get back to it."
All
But
right.
Disco Elysium was a recommendation by Beat, bro. It took me hours to wrap my head around this game because it's so verbose and so particular in the way it describes things. It's like how would you do? Is it? Would you describe it as a schizophrenic narrator?
Yes, the narrator is
Yeah,
hella schizophrenic.
yeah, because it's essentially an internal monologue narrating everything you do, but it's different parts of your nervous system. So one of them, it might be like empathy, it might be reptilian brain or whatever, and it gets real poetic. And it started out heavy, and I'm just like, huh? Who am I? What is this? You find out that you're a police officer or some semblance of a police officer who's lost your memory. And it's essentially like a point and click RPG, heavily stats based, heavily outcome oriented. It definitely sunk its claws into me. Initially, I'm like, I don't know, because he told me to play it because I played Pentiment, and I really like that. But getting into this one, I'm like, you have to be ready to read and pay attention and account for every detail
I will
because
say, it has an excellent narrator. It's fully voice acted. They will read
fully
all
voice
the
acted.
lines to you. Fully voice acted. The voices are
Yeah.
hilarious. The dialogue is clever.
Oh man. So something Beat told me about. I didn't realize the scope of this until I experienced it for myself. You can be a racist in the game, but not just like pick racist dialogue. You can literally prescribe to a racist ideology
What
Wow.
the
to
hell?
proceed the narrative
Hey,
forward. I'm like, on principle, I'm not, but at the same time, I'm like, wow,
it's your
that's deep.
stance. You can finally,
It's
finally be on the other side.
finally
It's
represent
like,
yourself. Like,
What is what is it actually like? Is it humans or?
it's humans.
human. So
Oh
it's
wow.
like it's kind of historic alternatives to what we have. Like Europeans are called like Occidentals or something like that, right? Like they got a different name for everything, and
Everything.
like Asians aren't Asians; they're this thing. So, but they all have the same core like prejudices. It's
That's
just
racist.
yeah, it's just like it's thinly veiled,
Just
but you can
change the
read between the
names. That'll
lines.
get them.
Exactly, that'll trick them. But some of this dialogue, though, man, a lot of it actually is so funny. It's so funny, dude. Like the first time I laughed out loud, there was this little punk kid in the park that just I don't. He was tripping. He looked like he was strung out on drugs or something, and he kept yelling and causing a disturbance. Yeah, his name's Kuno, and he kept causing a disturbance, right? So then, when you walk up to him, the narrator is like, "This child is a special kind of ugly, like a groundhog." It's just like word. It's the way they describe stuff, bro. But I'm liking it. It's just like I said, it's a lot to wrap your head around. It feels like because you're supposed to be this down on your luck loser, and the game very much feels that way. Even when you dump all your points into one stat, it feels like everything is stacked against you. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Like I don't. What do you think, Beat? Does it get more
It does.
controllable or?
It gets the focus does come in. You know,
Okay.
it's not. It does, you know, build to something. It does ramp up. In the beginning, you know, they're setting the stage, they're building the world, they're introducing you to the ideology system, which, you know, you could be anything from a racist to a head like size supremacist to like a communist, and like it'll change all of your dialogue and how you interact with people. You can become a male chauvinist and be like, "No, stop riding the cock. Tell her to stop riding the cock carousel." Like it's literally a line from the game.
Wow,
Man,
Super
that's
funny.
fire.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing it though. Like I said, Resident Evil. I'm like part way through the church, so I'm getting there. I'm like at the halfway point. You know, it's definitely harder than the original, but I'm enjoying it.
That's what's up.
Um, on that note, let's get into the topic of the week, which is handhelds.
Else.
That counts. So, what's you guys' history with handhelds? What was your first Game Boy esque console?
Have our guest go first.
Yeah, Game Fiend, you go
Oh,
first.
I would say, funny Christmas of '90. I want to say six. Our older brother got a Game Boy Pocket, and
That's what this is.
my
Yeah.
mother bought him Pokemon Blue. I'm left out, like, oh man, like, so I'm trying to play his Pokemon. Can't save though, can't save over his save, but I'm playing it. And
Man.
then after that, I think like the either next year or 2 years, she got me the Game Boy Color, and that honestly, the Game Boy Color it was the stuff back then. Like, other than the fact that it had to run off batteries, like when you start playing Pokemon on it, you start to see like what it can actually do. You like, oh man, like, I don't want to go back to the what is that monotone like Game Boy Pocket and original Game Boy.
Yeah, black and white.
Yeah. Yeah, and what else? I've had the SP, I've had I got the Vita, and Nintendo, all iterations of the Nintendo DS and all of that. Um, I'm very much burnt out on handhelds, but that is an important like history,
Yeah.
of gaming, like that we gotta, appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. hmm Considering where we are now. Mm.
Yeah, like right now I got Chrono Trigger in my DS, 3DS, and I want to play it, but it's something about charging the DS that just seems like a lot of work. Like, it's like
You gotta find my charger.
somewhere around here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I started with the same as our older brother, a Game Boy Pocket, and what do you know, Pokemon Blue, because the Game Boy Pocket, if I remember correctly, it and Pokemon Blue were gifts from my cousin, and then my parents got me Pokemon Red later, so those were some of my earliest gaming experiences. Very first game I ever played, as a side note, was Super Mario Bros. 3. But shortly after that, I mean, as early as I can remember, like age of 3, brain just turned on type stuff. I was playing Pokemon Blue, stuck in Viridian Forest. Like the first 2 years of me playing Pokemon, or maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe first year of me playing Pokemon was just Viridian Forest, because I couldn't read. I couldn't figure out where I was going. I was fighting
Pokemon used some big
Caterpies,
words. Uh,
dude.
Perseverance. I did not know what that word
Perseverance.
was.
I had the strongest Charmeleon
Cerberus.
ever. Like my Charmeleon was like committing genocide against all the bugs in Viridian Forest, just trying to figure out what was going
He
on,
was playing
man.
it
But
like he was excited.
right, but so excited though, like so excited
Cheat
to make
out.
no progress. Yeah.
No
And then
progress, bro.
eventually I got smart and I could read words, and I ended up doing something very similar. The first time I ever beat Pokemon, it was either red or blue. I think I started over and played red and knew what I was doing that time. I pretty much solely focused on Charmander the whole game. And by the time I got to Giovanni, I had like a level 70 Charizard.
Dang.
Yeah, so I was just killing everything. It's like my party was so stupid looking. It was like Charizard, then it was like a level 30 something Hitmonchan, a level 20 something Aerodactyl. Because Charizard was just killing everything. But since then, I've had several thousand DSs and different iterations of DSs, it feels like. Um,
You even had the
the
DSi,
Vita,
if I'm not mistaken.
DS Lite. I didn't get a DSi actually. I got a DS Lite though.
Oh, that's what it was.
I think everybody
The
had one of
Vita,
those.
and the Switch. The Vita, man. If I had to pick, I don't know, cause handheld gaming is like, if it wasn't for Pokemon, despite all the other games I played, I wouldn't rank those Nintendo handhelds quite as high because the Vita,
What's
I
the
don't know,
truth,
man.
bro?
It was a movement. It should have been bigger than it was, though. Cause
Absolutely.
I agree.
yeah, like everyone knows what a Game Boy is, but every other person you like, hey, you heard of the Vita? What's that?
It was a PlayStation 3 in the palm of your hands. It was nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it is a great handheld. I find myself looking through the store sometimes and being like, what could I possibly play? You know, it's a lot that you could play, but I feel like they didn't really like market like, oh, this is a Vita game right here. Like to me, it was kind of like they made the system and they was like, we just got it. You know, this is
Here it
just
is.
our answer to whatever Nintendo is doing. But they could have did a lot with the Vita
The
and made
Vita
it
Yeah,
could
when
have.
I think about it, I don't think they really marketed it very
They
well.
didn't. That was what the problem was. I feel like PlayStation wanted to have a handheld, and they sent it over to the engineers, and the engineers were like, you know what, boys, we're gonna put in the best work anybody's ever put on a handheld. We're gonna do it on this right here. I'm sure the Sony will do something with it. I'm sure they'll have great, first party exclusive titles. Let's get it. And they did that. They put in all that hard work, and PlayStation was like, they take it up to PlayStation CEO. He looked at it. He said, "What the fuck is this? Who asked for this? You want me to market? Give him like 500,000. I don't know.
more
Get this
last
shit out my
piece.
face. Yeah.
Right.
I was so it was just sad to see because the Vita was performance wise, just features wise, it was a beautiful, amazing handheld.
and
I
and
think they
and
were trying to. It's
it's
like, oh my, I'm
go
sorry.
ahead,
I
go
think
ahead.
they were trying to be like, um, oh, this. Look at how strong these games are. They didn't really have a lot of exclusives. Like I be playing Resogun on the Vita. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
this is great, but what if it was just for the Vita? You know, instead of being for a PlayStation, like, could they have added more value into what that was? You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and its predecessor was an amazing console. It sold a lot of units, so you would think, if
PS2
they were
was
to make
huge.
if they were to make, the next thing to that, that they would actually market it, and they did it.
Yeah.
I wasn't even aware really of its
Didn't
existence.
God of War? Both God of Wars came out for the PSP, right?
Yeah, I believe
PSP
so.
So it's like, why didn't
games.
Vita have its own God of War
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something like that? It had Uncharted, even though I didn't really like the touchscreen controls. It's like we needed more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I played Uncharted. It was good. It was a good Vita
Yeah.
game.
Well, the Vita also changed my life by introducing me to Persona 4 Golden. So
That's what I originally
can't
played.
forget
My
about
first
that.
Persona game on was the Vita, the Persona 4
Yeah,
Golden.
bro, so funny. Like, cause
I wouldn't.
granted, I was younger, but as a grown man, I was cause I grew up with a bunk bed, so I would be sleeping on the top bunk like well into my late teenage years, and I'm technically a grown man under the covers, laying on my stomach playing the Vita when it first came out, or when Persona 4 Golden first
Legs
came
up.
out. Well, not quite. I was conscious. I
All
was
right,
cognizant. So
all right, guys.
I would
Like
go ahead and play it.
I tell you, like when this game came out, I tell you, I would not hear the end of it about this game. He'd be like, "You gotta play this shit. You gotta play a Persona game."
And now Persona 5 is one of your favorite games of all time.
It's true,
This is true.
true, it's true.
Yep.
Yeah, my favorite handheld is actually the SP. Just for what,
See? Okay.
honestly, and I love, even though I never finished it, I never beat it. I just love how Metroid Fusion look. Like it's the prettiest like game. Oh, like that's what got me. Like I want to advance so bad. Like, and I never got to beat the game, and that game is like hard to find now. you know,
Hmm.
Yeah.
I played yours way back when, and even then, I remember being like, "Wait, this is a Game Boy game?"
man.
Hmm.
Yeah, Game
I
Boy
for
Advance rather.
well, if I were to name my favorite handheld, it'd probably be the first one I ever bought with my own money, and that'd be the 3DS.
3DS.
It was the
Okay.
3DS. So there were a lot of Fire Emblem games that came out on that thing.
Fire Emblem and Awakening, yeah.
Awakening, Fates. Man, if I were to tell y'all how many playthroughs I've done of Fates, bruh, man, like just the number of hours, it's probably about a
It's gonna be
thousand.
perfect this time. I'm not gonna make
A
any
perfect
mistakes.
playthrough. Yeah.
Die on the first boss. Like, ah.
Oh,
Oh man, yeah, I tell you, like that Samus Returns, like man,
yeah.
it's just so.
That system
Yeah.
kickstarted my adoration for Tharja, bro. Can't even trip.
Oh, Tharja. Ah,
Oh
man,
Tharja,
man,
bro.
that's a Fire Emblem character.
oh yeah, oh
It's
It's funny he
basically
mentioned Metroid because
uh
that I play Metroid Dread, and Metroid Dread is a dope game. I love having that on the Switch, and it's because Samus Returns is basically that. And it's so funny how weird those controls are to do on the 3DS, but that game was so great though.
mm, oh yeah, Dread 2, like it was just seamless.
We just talk about the durability of Nintendo handhelds, bro. The Nintendium. I must have dropped my Game Boy Color 100,000 times. There was nan scratch on that bitch. That shit was made out of adamantium.
I
Like it
mean,
was
Ah,
it
so
takes a
easy
baby,
for me
you
to
just
Nintendo.
get
lucky.
there.
You must
Just
be
to be able to
lucky.
play it.
You must be lucky because the last two times I dropped mine, I've had to get a repair.
It takes a Nintendo console to hold Tharja. I'm gonna put it
It
that
Nintendo
way.
does,
knows how
bro.
to make
Yeah.
durable products because
For
I'm sure
sure.
every single Nintendo device I got a scratch on it somewhere, like I dropped it, or funny, my GameCube actually warped. I had it near a heater, and it melted like because we spilled orange juice in it, and it melted like half the GameCube, and that it still worked. Still
Dude,
worked.
I'm gonna tell you how
Yeah.
I had to replace my original big gray blocky DS. Don't laugh. This. Don't laugh.
Okay.
This is hard for me to get through. Okay.
Oh god.
So I was a huge Nintendogs fan, and you know how you do the you know you do the little trials with the dogs
Yeah.
where they hop over the barricades and go through the tubes.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to tap and swipe in time and blow blow on the screen in certain patterns, and that along with the aptitude of your particular puppy will determine your performance results. So I remember I had this little Siberian husky. I don't remember her name, but I think I entered the expert trial too early because she was still a little disobedient. So I'm trying to get through this trial, and at first I'm just passive aggressively tapping like, and mind you, I'm young, so I wasn't as careful with my stuff, and I started losing points, and I was like, hold on, Pepper, hold on, Pepper, are you serious, Pepper? And then I'm like, like mashing the screen with the stylus and like swiping hard. Like aggressive, and then by the time I was done, I'm like, let's go, and I won. But then I noticed the selection tool, the little hand on there, kept going like across the screen because I scratched up my DS trying to win this little contest in Nintendogs.
And the $10 was
Oh
crazy.
man.
Sure
Man,
was,
it
bro.
had me
That
heated.
was some real Pokemon.
It
What?
changed my it changed my whole philosophy on dogs, bro, because I got a new DS and I was so nice to that next dog. I was like, "Oh, you gotta go outside? Okay." Like I am not doing this again
Oh
because
man.
it couldn't even function no more, man. But all right, all right. Anything else on handhelds, y'all?
I would like to say that it, it's funny we talking about this because playing the Switch, I'm like, I would never go back. This is the perfect like cross blend between handheld and console. To me, every console should be doing it somehow. Which they are phones and all of that, but it's something about the Switch. It's like, yeah, this is the natural progression of what Nintendo always been doing. So I'm glad it's where it's at. Um, I looked at the Steam Deck, but I'm like, it just seemed like an investment, but that's a dope, handheld like idea, you know. So it's crazy to see like where it's come to, you know what I mean? Like if PlayStation was like, are we gonna make another one? It's like it would be great, but how would they even, be in that market, So yeah, handhelds. I love the Switch, and I'm hopeful that this stays like that. Like Nintendo need to stay that way.
I do think that I agree and I disagree on that because one of the things that because it's a mobile form factor and because it's a handheld as well as a console is that it really limits what they can do. Like it has limited a lot of what they can do. Now the processors and all of the chips have gotten a lot stronger. They've gotten a lot better. I mean, the chip that was in the Switch was old as hell when it was put in it to begin with.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not so much the case now, but I would like to see Nintendo prioritize a little more power than they usually have. I do think that there's a lot of really creative developers and studios that they have, a lot of great IP that could really benefit and take full advantage of having access to more resources. Especially like Zelda, like can you imagine what Breath of the Wild would be if it was I don't know, like PlayStation 5, like where that would be, how many features they could add, what they could do with it. It'd be crazy. But no, I do really appreciate the versatility of the Switch. It is a great handheld system. It's great to take when you're traveling. I played on my Switch for 12 hours in airport once. Um, I do think that we see a lot of what would have been handheld sales cannibalized by mobile phones. Like this is the handheld of the present day. This is where most of the money is going. And I think that's kind of sad because we don't really get real games on phones. We get, you know, wallet money extractors essentially. Like
Pretty
how much
much.
money could I get you to spend on this game that really ain't worth nothing? And
Yeah, I'm absolutely opposed to phones. I mean, games on phones. Not for others, but for myself.
for
Cause
myself, yeah.
yeah, irritated.
Whoop! Oh, he's back. Whoa, we lost him for a second.
It was like screw this.
This is like,
Yeah.
talk about
I love
Diablo
playing games
Immortal
on my
like that.
phone.
You think I can't just because you can't afford to pay $50 for every season pass on this phone? Like you shouldn't be talking about it. But PlayStation is doing something weird. I don't think it's gonna work out for them. Where they're basically like, okay, we're gonna create a device that you can play in your house that you have to have a PlayStation 5 for because essentially you're just streaming it to the device. It's kind of like a Steam Link for PlayStation. And I just think there's no point in that at all. Unless you got like kids and you're trying to watch a movie or something, like here, take this, play the PlayStation in the other room. I'm doing something. That's the only way I can see that happening.
How much would that be?
I don't know. I don't think they've announced pricing, but it shouldn't be expensive because you can do the
really
same thing. You can do the same thing with your phone. You can play. You can already remote play on any device and cast from your PlayStation. So it just seems superfluous.
Yeah.
What is
If it
going
was like
on?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just throwing out a number like a $200 investment.
There we go. He's back.
I don't see what the problem would be, but I agree. It's like I like playing my PlayStation 5 on my television. It probably would be dope to be like, oh, I'm gonna take it into the next room, but how much is that investment? You know,
Mhm.
It's like if you
every
own a
dollar I
tablet,
see
you don't
is
need it.
precious. So.
Yeah, if you have a tablet, you don't need it. Like you just
Yeah.
get a
So
PlayStation controller.
they should have. Well, I mean, what's all games can be made for anything now, whether it's 2D or or whatever 2.5D or 3D. But at the same time,
Oh shit. Here we go again.
it's like it should have its own games if I'm just gonna invest my money into buying it. You
Yeah.
know. So.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello. I can hear you. Can't see you yet, but I can hear you. There you are.
All right, and he's
That
back.
was weird.
Some technical difficulties, it'd be like that.
Yeah. Okay. So, Greg, are you gonna cut all that out, or how you want to do this?
We should take like a badly photoshopped image of him and just put it there where he was at.
Deep in thought.
I got. I'll figure out a way to cut it or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out.
I am the way your son don't need a gun.
Okay. So just get to this point, and don't forget, just chop it up. Just
Yeah.
make it look like I came back in smoother. But
Just come back
I
in
don't
like,
know why
yeah.
that happened. Yeah, it can be. It ain't gotta. We ain't trying to hide it. I just this.
Oh,
right now,
oh, trust me, I got ideas.
Did y'all stop at a good point,
Yeah, we did.
or did you have more to say?
I mean, I think we've covered the base. We've talked about
Yeah.
the future of mobile. We've talked about, the past, our experience with it.
What is
I
y'all
think we got it
favorite
covered.
handheld game?
Ooh.
Oh god,
Ooh, my God, that's a tough question.
that's actually.
I mean, it had just going based solely off history. It has to be for me, Silver, Pokemon Silver.
Silver,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. Can't replace that original. Like, oh, this is an improvement over Red and Blue,
It was.
night and day, and different evolutions. Like, you can never replace that feeling of, and playing it on a Game Boy Color is like the losing the back to your Game Boy. You try to keep the batteries in. The battery fall out, you might lose against the Elite Four or something.
Happened to me a
Oh,
couple times.
bro, like I never had the back for my Game Boy Advance, so I was always like kind of just holding them in, like,
It's
like.
the undergrip, bro. Everybody mastered the battery supporting undergrip. You just keep your hands firm. Eddie's gone.
Oh shit!
Tape it
Why
around
you
there
take
real
him from
good.
us?
Oh my
Tape it.
god!
Face
I
cut
think,
it
yeah.
down, face forward,
Yep.
like.
I wasn't smart enough for that. I just decided I would just keep it manual. But I'd say mine was Ruby. Ruby was huge to me. Like I played Ruby, must have been 5, 6, 7 times, man. I played Ruby religiously. I loved it. I loved the legendaries, Rayquaza. Um, I loved the evolutions. I love the new Pokemon. I love the starters. Blaziken, that was my homie.
That was my favorite generation.
It was I just thought it was a beautiful, like, third gen was like really when they got Pokemon all together, firing
You
on
know,
all cylinders.
Ruby is when I mean that generation is when I was like, I don't think they're ever gonna stop making this.
Yeah.
Ruby was special, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, for me, oh man, that is hard. It's probably a three-way tie for me. So I probably say Chain of Memories from the Game Boy Advance,
Oh yeah.
Conquest from the 3DS, and Shin Megami Tensei 4, also on the 3DS.
That wasn't
That's man. I couldn't choose between those three games. I poured hundreds of hours into all three. Hundreds. Probably thousands into Fire Emblem Conquest, but man, it's alright. You couldn't make me choose. Not between those three. It's too hard.
Can you guys still hear me well?
I can hear you great.
Yep.
Dre, what about you? What was your
Even-
favorite mobile game or handheld game?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Dude, I've been staring at so many frozen screens within the last couple minutes.
What?
Okay. Okay. Favorite handheld game. Obviously not Nintendogs. I got two two that stand out in mind. That were mentioned earlier, actually. Persona 4 Golden and Fire Emblem. Except, rather than Fates, I'm going to say Awakening for mine.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah, Awakening, just the characters stand out to me more. I mean, one that we keep mentioning in particular.
Oh, Tharsha.
Mm.
You can put Tharsha in the thumbnail. We're good.
You already know I was going to. Just holding the Game Boy. But Persona 4 Golden, that game literally changed my life. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be dramatic and be like, oh, I wasn't living until I played Persona 4, but something about that cast and the connection between all of them really resonated with me.
Mm.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I didn't play a lot of it, but from what I played, I was enjoying it. And like for a handheld, even though it wasn't it wasn't first a handheld, but even for a handheld game, it's like wow, the choices, the classical type of RPG elements. It's like man, Persona is one of them games. I actually lost mine, or our nephew lost it. So I'm like, I was actually gonna play it because I don't see myself getting five. I don't feel like I should play five, and I haven't played like beat four. So, but yeah, Persona is a great one.
I'm trying to think. Which game did you lose Darius on the bus? Was it Chain of Memories or was it my Sapphire?
Oh god, not Sapphire.
It was one of those. I can't remember.
I'd have been so brokenhearted and butthurt about that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh man.
Chain of Memories, I just wrote that off to the game, bro. Your Sapphire, my Pokemon,
I was
man, dog.
I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken.
Ruined our friendship.
Like,
You talking about the game that got stolen?
Yeah.
It was Chain of Memories.
okay,
Yeah, I was
that's not
heartbroken.
as bad.
All right. Well,
'Cause-
hey, before the connection explodes, let's get into the rest of the show, shall we?
Okay, let's move on.
all right.
Let me grab my notes.
So, our side quest for today, the most annoying.
Spoken into existence, man.
You did.
You
What
literally
happened?
You cut out.
We'll just cut that. Just cut this.
Naturally. This is gonna be the cutout episode, man. Okay, so
Technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
so our side quest.
I got some funny shit for this.
I'm sure you do. Our side quest for today: most annoying bosses in gaming.
Oof. Oh man, I got one off the bat already.
Hey,
I do too.
speaking of Kingdom Hearts, that whole entire final boss sequence. That's my
Handsome. Yep.
And the original?
Yep. The first game. Yep. Absolutely.
Handsome fight? I didn't really think it was that bad.
There were 7
No.
parts.
Annoying. It wasn't hard, bro. It was like the dude had 5 transformations.
It was 7.
Jesus.
Darius, it was 7. It was 7.
It did have 7 transformations. You're right.
That was crazy. It was annoying. Oh god. And if you died at any part. Yes. Yes.
Turned it to a spaceship.
You had to fight a ship.
Bro. Mine's from the same game. But it's not that fight, bro. It's Ursula. Ursula on the Little Mermaid world, bro, is the most annoying boss fight I have ever played. You gotta get up in this bitch's neck fat to hit her. And she's
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
ways that you can't even see. And on promo, that shit is annoying.
They
You gotta
thought
play with arrow, period.
they thought that was funny for that. Like you gotta really like actually hit her in her neck fat. I do remember that.
I'm like,
Back of her neck.
For this.
Oh man.
She did like no damage, so it's like you had to get up in her shit and just start smacking her around right at her fat rolls. Like I'm just like, why did you do this to me? And then you're getting hit by lightning every 3 seconds, so you gotta like, go in, hit her 3 times, and then just run back real quick before you get exploded on. Like I'll take Ansem any day over having to deal with that.
Oh man, I don't remember her being that bad, but
She
hey.
sucks, bro. Go play her again, dog.
All right, another boss though. I don't know how many of y'all beat Shadow of the Colossus to completion, but the last one, the last Colossi you have to fight, bro. He was annoying as fuck. He was so annoying. Like you had to walk, like not walk, but run towards him like a long distance too, mind you. And he would throw. I'm pretty sure he was throwing rocks at you like the whole time, and if you messed up, like it would send you back. Like it's man, that was a fucked up final boss. That was a messed up final boss. I hated that one. I hated that one so much.
Almost sounds like you're fighting the Beast Titan. Rocks.
There were a couple of them in that game that just sucked ass, but man, I hated that one a lot. Well, Dre, you got some other than Ansu?
That was my answer. That stands out in my head as the worst boss fight ever.
I think it definitely stands out because we were children fighting that. That just sucked, man. That like 7 parts, and if you died at all, like you just had to start from the beginning. Like it sucked.
What about you, Game Fiend?
I would say probably 2. The first one, I would say any like fighting game, like NetherRealm fighting game boss.
Oh man.
Yeah, Shot Chronica.
Chronica fucking sucks.
The boss negate like everything you learn. So like I'm playing Injustice. Right. I'm like, this is a great game. And then I'm like, I'm not even looking forward to fighting Brainiac. I'm like, because I tried to play it on the hard difficulty. I'm like, I just want to play with the regular characters. What was the other one I was going it's kind of slipping my mind, but yeah, any NetherRealm fighting game bosses irritating.
Man.
And they'll always switch to a character you ain't even really played that much. It's like, okay, now you've been playing all these other characters. Now you gotta beat him as Batman. Like, okay, well, I haven't played Batman since Chapter 7, but okay, I guess I'll just do that.
Oh no, I don't know if this qualifies as a boss, but when you on God of War, when you fight all the Kratos, like like the multiple ones trying to save your family before Ares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most irritating sequence ever. Especially they just standing there in the middle, and you gotta hug them and stuff like, life. And then I'm like, all right, I gotta hurry up. Bam, like Poseidon's move or whatever. You know that part was
Right.
irritating.
Oh my God. How could I forget? Okay, so
Yeah, me
everybody
too.
can hear me right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh God! As soon as he said that,
As soon as he said it, he
Bros
froze
is
up.
God damn it! You gotta stop. You gotta stop doing that.
There we go. There we go.
Because I got ready to say something. Okay, is it back?
Yeah.
That's that.
Well, guys, we'll be right back.
Okay, one more time. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go.
All right.
So, the Valkyrie fights from God of War, well, technically God of War 4,
Yeah.
bro, it got to the point where the initial assault was choreographed, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know how you got all your moves registered? All your little special moves? I died so many times. I don't remember which one. It wasn't even the last one. It was like the third to last one I fought. But I died so many times, it got to the point where the first 30 seconds of that fight was just like you was watching a movie. Because I would come in and be like, using all the special moves back to back, dodging. You know what I mean? Like, that fight, bro. Oh my God. As far as difficulty, the Kingdom Hearts one, it wasn't the difficulty. The God of War one was the difficulty. I was like, And if you get hit once, twice, and get drug across the ground, it's it. That's it, you know? But, yeah, those are mine.
And Contra, even though that game, not boss wise, but just in general, that entire game is like, if you want to test your gaming skill, just play Contra. Like,
Yeah.
it ain't, you won't even make it to the boss. Like,
No.
Right. You run out of quarters first.
I never beat the first stage of Contra, man. I just couldn't do it.
I haven't either. You ain't the only one.
Yeah. Well, we just got one more segment then. Okay, we good?
Yeah.
No technical difficulties. I'm straight.
Don't keep bringing them up. They just show up every time you talk about them.
It ain't. It's just irritating last boss. Barber versus Cap. I don't even know what it was or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of shifted between like different versions. This was irritating.
Bruh. Because there's so many to list. So many more. We'll probably revisit this later too. Just maybe some runner-ups, or maybe somebody in the comment can post theirs too. But we're gonna play a little bit of Arena. So this game is returning from last week. Hopefully we could get through these last few minutes without me falling into oblivion again. But we're gonna do our best here. So again, I'll explain it one more time. We got 5 categories. We got tech, magic, elemental, ranged, and physical. So we're gonna go in order, and we're gonna announce a signature move from an anime or a video game within the corresponding category. So someone says physical, you have to counter that with a ranged attack. And then someone has to counter that with elemental. and then magic, and then tech, and we're gonna keep the cycle going. If you freeze up for too long, say 10 seconds or so, you lose a life. Matter of fact, since we have 4 people, we gotta be cutthroat. So if you freeze up once, you get eliminated.
All right. All right.
Yeah. So everybody understand the rules?
All right. So just so we understand, so technique beats magic. Magic.
Not technique. It's tech, like technology.
Tech.
Oh, I keep the I keep
Tech is
I
like
kept
gadgets.
I
Tech
keep
is like
I keep
it's
fucking that up
like
too.
the adhesive on Batman Arkham Asylum.
Jesus Christ. I keep thinking technique, but it's like okay, technology.
That's because you didn't play enough Mass Effect.
Man, leave me alone.
So go down the list to make sure you understand.
Okay, so technology beats magic. Magic beats elemental. Elemental beats range. Range beats physical. Okay.
Exactly. Then physical beats tech.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
All right. So what order we want to go in?
I would say around, but you guys can't see my screen, so
Let's go alphabetical by call sign. So it'd be Beat, Dray, Game Fiend, Gunnm.
okay.
Which is coincidentally the way it's set up on my screen. So okay, Beat, you get to start off. You gotta say the name of the category, you gotta say the name of the move, and then the name of the series it's from.
All right. So dynamic entry. That's a physical attack from Naruto.
Okay, so that means I need to do a ranged. Power shot from Star Wars KOTOR.
Okay, and it's my turn. Or
Yeah, it's me. I'll do lightning bolt from Dragon Age.
All right,
so I'm elemental, right?
magic,
magic.
because that was elemental.
Magic. Okay. So Giga Flare from Final Fantasy.
Okay. So I got tech, and that's gonna be a grapnel hook from Batman.
Physical. I'm gonna say Electric Wind God Fist from Tekken. I feel dirty though because I said
You said that last week. Let it pass. All right.
I'm gonna go with Marksman from Mass Effect.
That's a good one.
And that's a. So I'm on elemental, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I think this is fair. Thundaga from Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
For elemental, yeah.
Yeah.
But remember, magic can't be an elemental spell, but that counts because it's elemental.
I'm gonna go
As a
nature's beauty from Konosuba.
Oh God, you funny.
Okay.
You was funny.
I'm gonna go damping for Mass Effect for tech.
Whoa.
All right.
Range.
No, physical.
Oh, physical for you.
Yep.
Oh, physical. Oh, I'm gonna go with Mach Punch from Pokemon.
The Pokemon ones is coming in.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Alright.
so just real quick, the next time it comes around to you, you can't do 2 in a row from the same series. So you can come back to Pokemon, just not consecutively.
Okay.
Okay. So range, Sonic era from Overwatch.
Okay.
Elemental.
Going to go. Fire God from Final Fantasy. That is a different property.
Man. Okay.
Magic.
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 I'm gonna go. I'm forgetting the name of it, man.
Just look at your games behind you, man.
Levitation. No, cheating. Levitation from D&D.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
What's tech?
Mhm.
Yep.
Heck. I am. I'm gonna go with Invasion from Mass Effect Andromeda.
Okay. Alright, so physical. Tatsumaki from Street Fighter.
Okay. Ranged. Windscar from Inuyasha.
Yeah,
So
I guess that
elemental?
counts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm lagging a little bit. That's
okay.
That's all it is.
I know you are.
Yeah. Fireball Jutsu from Naruto.
Okay.
Magic.
Alright, Weeb.
I'm gonna go with Blink from Dishonored.
Okay.
That counts. That counts.
That's good.
It ain't no hit points inside.
You dead if you hesitate.
So wait, is my turn?
Yep, tech.
Okay, so biotic grenade, Overwatch.
So physical. Leaf Hurricane from Naruto.
Ranged. Carnage from Mass Effect.
Elemental. I'm gonna go with Fireball from Mortal Kombat Liu Kang.
We're doing a lot of fireballs today. It count though. Right.
Let's see. So it's me, so I'm on Magic. So Mega Dolan, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, whichever.
I was hoping this one would eliminate you, but that's a good one.
Alright. Heck, I'm gonna go ahead and say the iconic robot Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Okay, alright.
Is he
Okay.
Gadget?
He's technology.
It's technology.
Alright. Okay.
Is he a character or is he a weapon that you use?
He's a weapon.
Okay.
So I guess
man.
so alright, so that means I can use Gundams for that. Okay, alright. Bet.
No Gundams. You can use the weapons the Gundams have.
Man, that's BS. That's basically the same thing. All right, you get away with it once.
Tripping. Physical horn drill from Pokemon.
Ranged. I'm gonna go with Optic Blast from X-Men Legends.
Good lord. Right.
Let's see. Elemental. Needle shot from The Legend of Heroes.
Magic.
How's it elemental?
Wait. That's it's Earth magic.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Okay.
That's Earth.
All
That's
right.
Earth magic.
Okay. Hey, okay. We good.
Alright, for magic, I'm gonna go ahead and use Kamui from Naruto.
All right.
Tech. I'm gonna use Explosive Jail from Batman.
Physical. I am going to do. I am going to do. Shoryuken from Street Fighter.
Classic.
All right. Range. Hmm.
Going once, going twice.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, we down to 3. Finally. God, y'all too good.
We were going at it for a minute there.
The best you've ever done, Gunnm. That's pretty impressive.
For real. Alright, it's on you, Beat. Same category, ranged.
Ranged?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shite.
Oh, damn it. Now I got one. Shit.
Hellfire grenade.
From?
It's from something.
You lost. Okay.
Well, if I could have think faster, I would have said railgun from Overwatch.
Hey, well, it's me and Game Fiend, so I'm on ranged, unfortunately. Oh my god. Pyrosphere from Digimon.
What the elemental. I'm going to go with I'm gonna go with I don't know what to call it. Jesus. I'm trying to think of something.
Well, it looks like I just won.
Damn.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Pyrosphere, I just had to. Because I was trying to think Pokemon, but I went to Digimon.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Gunnm getting kicked that round fucked me over. Like, I had something for what I was supposed to be doing. I was like, I'm already thinking ahead, and then you said, "Oh, you gotta do the same category." I'm like, well, shit, I don't have anything for that right now.
Yeah, we established that last time.
It took me too
Why
long.
is range so hard to do?
It's hard to think of a ranged attack that is just a ranged attack, like a basic range, like something that isn't necessarily elemental or magic based.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That is a hard.
That was a good one. That was a lot more seamless than the last time we tried to play.
I'm gonna get back on World of Warcraft, learn some names to some more attacks.
But see, then we're not gonna do it for 2 months, and you're gonna come back and be like, "Oh, I'm rusty."
Oh, damn it.
But all right, that's a wrap. Where y'all at?
Well, y'all know where to find me. Twitch, twitch.tv/Gunnm21. YouTube, youtube.com/@Gunnm921. I got too many. Tumblr, Gunnm.tumblr.com. Forgetting the last one. Y'all know where it is. It'll be in the description. Well, beat.
You can find me at Beatdown6823 on YouTube, and also as The Beneficent Beat on Twitch.
All right.
You can find me at Goals and Fitness on YouTube.com and Instagram. Dray the Spectre on pretty much everything else.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Me at Jamonti L on Instagram, where I do a whole bunch of nothing. And then you can find me on YouTube at The Game Fiend. But I'll have some stuff coming soon.
Alright.
That's actually Game Fiend number 9. Sorry.
Okay.
Alright. Well, I think that's a Dap It Up podcast. And Dre.
Be nice to your Nintendogs.
Hey. Alright.
Oh shit. Here we go again.